guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're working on this beautiful 325 RXPX that came with a major engine failure. Somebody at the factory messed up. Yes, someone messed up. Someone did not make one of the parts correctly. So how did it come into me? Well, came in with no engine. Actually, came in with an engine in a box. And this is what I got. This is all I got. All those pieces in there. The motor completely apart. A spare tire. Inside of the hull. Spare tire. And all these parts were inside of the hull. Alright, and after all the explanation, he decided to get a new motor. Here is the new OEM 325. Let's unbox it. Let's see what we got. There's a new motor, brand new 325. Isn't that cool? Very cool. All right, well, let's put it together. What is the story? And let me tell you guys, there's quite a story with this. The owner bought this brand new 325 RXPX, used it a couple of times, and he noticed that the Jetski was losing power. And that's the reason why he took it to the dealer. Well, go forward a year, and he never saw the Jetski back. At least he didn't ride the Jetski back, and now I have it. Took it to the dealer had took their time with the Jetski and basically told him that seadoo had denied the claim and he was out of warranty and that he needed a new engine. Well, he went and said, I'm gonna take this to somebody else. He went, picked up the Jetski and brought it to me. How did I get this Jetski? Well, as you can see, there's nothing in here. I got it in these two boxes right there. And I went and took a hard look at the evidence. You have to look at each part. As you guys know, I might not know about airplanes and cars or something else, but I know my Jetskis. It took literally 10 minutes for me to find the prop that the dealer couldn't find. We come over here, of course, we got the brand new engine here, ready to be assembled. Just this part here, because it came just the way you look at it, how you guys are looking at it. Remember I told you guys there's a big issue with this Jetski, and someone at the factory messed up. Well, when I looked at the rockers, everything was fine. These are the exhaust rockers. I looked at this piece here, that is where the rockers mount to. Well, I noticed something very wrong with this piece. Right here, there's supposed to be a little hole for oiling. I'm gonna show you guys. Let me put this to the side. I'm gonna get a normal shaft. This is a normal shaft. There is the feed, the oil feed, because of course this shaft is hollow and it fills up with oil inside, and that's how the rockers get oil. If you look in here, you see that little hole right there, and that's how the hydraulic lifter gets oil, through that little hole. Well, look at this one, doesn't have the hole. They're both exactly the same. This is the back part. Well, this one does not have the hole, and if we turn it around, this is the top part. This is where the bolt goes, and this is where the bolt goes. So yes, we don't have that pinhole. That's how it gets oil. And I believe if you look at these rockers, you see how they're soft. You look at this one, soft. Now, these rockers from factory, because I bought these rockers to put on regular jet skis. When they come from the factory, they come already with oil and they're hard. They're already all the way out. I believe, my opinion on what happened, I don't know, is the parts speaking to me. Is when they put this motor together, even though they didn't have oil, the lifters had oil when they built them, and it lasted maybe a couple of hours or whatever into the pressure went down, and then he started losing power little by little. I think that's what happened to this jet ski. Because of this mess up from factory, he went and got his warranty denied, because the dealer, when they took his motor apart, they did not notice that. There's nowhere to find in any of the notes or anything that he had, any report that he had. They claim it was something else. Didn't make sense what they claim it was. Seadoo denied the warranty. So this is quite an experience. You know, it's an experience for everybody. I mean, you guys, you gotta take it to someone they know. Just because it's the dealer, sometimes they don't have the right mechanics. A lot of times they do. There's a lot of good, really good, talented mechanics at the dealer. Most of the time it's like that. But this time he wasn't lucky, and he got a mechanic that missed that. And if you don't know what you're looking for, you can miss it. And now what he got is $5,000+ on a new engine and all these parts, which all this could have been avoided if the mechanic would have seen the issue. And all of this, in my opinion, should have been covered under warranty. What do you guys think? Comment down below and let me know, and let this owner know what he should do, and tell me your opinion. And yes, after all that, well, it looks like they put all the bolts in little baggies. Let's fix that right now. All right, I fixed that problem. I don't need little baggies. I know where every bolt goes, because I only do seadoos. Yeah, we don't need that. That's fine. All right, so these are little washers for the Bendix. Go right here, and let's install the new flywheel, magneto, the input sleeve. Let's do that right now. Well, actually, I need to clean this guy up. I need to put in the parts washer and clean it, take it apart, clean it, put it back together, and we'll be done with that. And then we are going to put the brackets for your motor mounts. And already got the exhaust there. We don't need the oil cooler because there's a brand new one that came with the brand new motor. And install all this stuff, and we'll be on our way. And let's see what kind of issues we're gonna have. Hopefully, no issues. See what happens. All right, got the PTO cover on. All right, got the PTO cover on. Everything's working out really nicely. Everything's going back smoothly. Gonna take this apart. Well, took it apart, clean it, put it back together. You know, people always freak out about the oil pumps being a little scratch. Is okay. That's okay. You don't want pieces missing and pieces missing of the gear. If the gear looks like this, that's really good. That's really good. It's fine. And over here, little scratches, fine. As long as you don't have big scratches and pieces missing, especially from this side of the oil pump on the bottom, then yes, then you deal with that. But little scratches is fine. Now, another thing that I noticed is they use the wrong spark plugs. This is not the 325 spark plug. This is a regular 300 spark plug, so we need to address that. Also, on the 325, there's this weird in-between bolts. See, this is... You see how it's a little bigger? So on the older 323 and down, you will find this bolt and one bigger than this one. But you do not find this. This is new. So usually they're in the intake. So the intake manifold have this bolt. So it's 7 of them. So if we come over here, we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. My best guess is that's those special bolts that are in between sizes. So always gotta remember that. Other than that, everything is going really smooth. You always want to check this one. Make sure it goes up and down in there, because sometimes they rust. And then what happens is your motor can't breathe. And then it's like well, that's a bad example. I was gonna say it's like you bleeding out of the nose and the ears and the eyes because you can't breathe through your mouth and your nose. Terrible comparison. What the heck is that? Is that even a word? Can my Spanish and my English mix together? Make up weird words. It's a bad example. Forget I said that. The motor needs to breathe. If it doesn't breathe, then it's gonna breathe somewhere, and it's gonna leak oil somewhere. I don't know where. Maybe to the supercharger. I don't know. Good question. Anyway, make sure you check this and make sure it just goes up and down and there's no rust in there. You see how that one's nice and brand new? That's the way they should look. All right, well, let's keep going. All right, never mind about I forgot that this engine brought its own brand new scavenger pump, so we don't have to worry about that one. Disregard that. Well, we're pretty much done. I put all the sensors back on. I think we're ready to put it in the motor. Gonna put the exhaust on it, and I think we are pretty much done. Oh, front motor mount, I need that, and that's about it. I know Seadoo's having some issues with this, guys, on the 24. They tap this manifold and some of them are leaking, and it's right out of the factory. When I do this on the regular 300s, I do it a little different. I don't make the hole so big, and I don't go with the threads all the way down. And so far, I've been pretty lucky. Now, if you look at this sensor, looks a little suspicious. It looks like it has rust. I could be wrong, and that doesn't look too nice in there. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. Let's put it back in, and if it gives a code for this guy, then no big deal. I'll take the manifold off. I don't need to take the motor out, and we'll replace the manifold, and we go from there. But yeah, that's gonna be expensive, and I don't want to guess. There's not really a way of pressure testing it, because you will have to heat it up, and because you can pressure test it now with water at room temperature, and it might be fine. The hole might be so little that it's not going to do anything. But then when you have heat of the motor and the exhaust heats up, the aluminum grows a little bit, and that pinhole might just be enough that it might leak. I don't know everything, but I just like my theory. Anyway, because I done that in the past with intercoolers. I pressure test them, they're fine. You put it in the ski and it leaks. So now I don't pressure test no more. If I see that they're leaking, take it out. I suspect that they're leaking, take it out. If they're 4 years old here in Florida, between 3 to 4 years old, take it out, replace it. Because eventually it will give you issues. So I'm gonna do the same thing with this. It's not a big deal. Leave it on. If it leaks and it throws a code because of this sensor, then we replace it. But man, I'll tell you what, we are pretty much ready to go. I believe I need to take this out. I think these people they just took everything out. I don't understand. The motor goes in and out with the manifold on. Now, not with this thing on. You gotta take this off. This stays in the muffler, stays on the muffler. Now it gets skinnier so it can go into the hole. Gotta take this off. More work for me. All right, let's keep going. See what else we find. Another little tip I can give you guys is on the oil filters and the service and all that. Don't go cheap. Don't be buying stuff from the internet that just doesn't work. Go OEM, go genuine seadoo parts. And this is the filter. It says ROTAX on it. I've seen the other aftermarket filters, they just come apart. This rubber piece comes apart, and here too, right here, the glue comes apart. Come on, what are you really saving, especially in something like this? Go OEM and go the right way. A little tip so you don't waste your money. Here we go with things that make you go, Someone put whatever this tape is right here just to protect the fuel rail. Really? Well, I guess I didn't count with this. Now I gotta clean all this. Look at that. And I got 2 more to go. And look at the tape. It's somewhere here, right here. Oh, isn't that great? Look at that. In the plug of the IBR. I wonder if the plug is like this. Look at that. Oh yeah. Things that make you go,
Many hours later.
Yes, I agree. Many hours later, I cleaned this thing up. Let me tell you. Look at the evidence. All right, let's keep going. Here we go again. Took out the injectors out of this little baggie. And look at the clips for the injectors. This Jetski is supposed to have 30 hours of fresh water. Things that make you go, I don't know. Got a bad feeling about this. Maybe we should test them out first. Put some black adhesive silicone on this one, on the integrate. If we go here on the bottom, look at that brand new integrate. All right. Alrighty then. See the things I do for you guys? Gotta lay in the floor. All right, let's put the motor in. Motor is ready to go in, right over there. This should be, let me not jinx myself. It should be a pretty easy job. With these things, you never know. We'll see. The motor is ready to be installed in the 325. Well, this is a nice motor. I'm not used to this. I'm used to crusty and rusty motors. This is a nice one. All right. Let's do this. All right, motor's in. Got the hoses where they're supposed to go. One goes there, this one goes like this. All right. Now we're gonna put the bolts. And once we put the bolts in, we're gonna check alignment and see how we're doing with the alignment. Really wanna check alignment in this key. I don't want any issues. Don't know what's going on with the 24s, but I heard some stuff. So let's check the alignment and see what we got. All right, the only thing I got to do is put the starter in, which I forgot. I usually put the starter on the motor when it's outside. Now that the motor is in, it's like having sex at night with the lights off. If you know what I mean. It's all about feeling. I just can't see it. You just got to put one hand through here, one through there, and kind of put it in, and then put it out a little bit and find the little hole. Now we are going to do that and then do the alignment, which is very important in this. I'm just curious. I want to see where the alignment is on the 24s. We'll see. All right, got my alignment tool in, and it's right in the money. That's pretty good. I mean, I was expecting that. You pay $20,000 for a brand new machine. It should be pretty decent. Really happy with that. At least I don't have to mess with that. Right in the money. All right, now got the starter in. I play with it in the dark without seeing. Got it in. And this is good. Next, we're just gonna put all these hoses back on, put the carbon steel shaft on, blah 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 blah. Let's see what happened. Things that make it go That's as far as that bolt goes, because someone forgot to put thread. There's no thread in there, so I kind of forced that one in there. Say, well, maybe they just painted over the thread. No, they totally forgot. That's as far as it goes. But if we put it back on, it kind of got stuck there. That's it. That's as far as it goes. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to make thread. Alright, so we gotta figure out how all this stuff goes, what makes sense. Like, I don't know how it was for factory, but the way I want to do, I don't want to let this hang all the way down there. I want to put it somewhere in here. And that's something you guys got to think about. All these wires, you don't want them down there where there's water. You want it up here. So now what I'm doing is putting all this stuff in here. Then I'm going to put the intake on, especially these two here. Oh, these two are a pain in the butt. That one and this one. I can do it. Show you guys what I use. I use this guy, this needle nose crooked, and that's how I get them. But hey, if you don't have to, then you don't have to. I know I can just put those two wires here and the intake fits. At least that's the plan. And then connect all this stuff. I got my intercooler in there and we'll be ready to go. I already put the antifreeze on it, which is very important. We just keep trucking at it. Put the supercharger on. The bolt on the bottom, it's a pain, but it's okay. It's fine. And it's on now. Let's keep going. All right, pretty much everything is almost on. All I gotta do is the pipe that goes here. And I think that's about it. Put oil in it, of course. Put the O2 sensor back on and start it up and see what happened. What surprises we're gonna find? Hopefully no surprises. We'll see. All right, I spun the motor until I got oil in here. And as you guys can see, there's oil in there. And now I know it's got oil. It's been primed. Put everything on it, and it should start. We'll see. Check engine light is on. Might have to check that. I don't think I missed anything, but you never know. Well, that was pretty good. Wow. All right. I guess brand new is brand new. Started right up. This is ready to go to the lake, and we're gonna test it. Oh, and the check engine light went away. Look at that. Interesting. And just how we started, we came to the end of this first episode. You have to see the second episode and see what happened. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and tell all your friends about our channel so we can grow it. Check out my website for all your go fast jet ski stuff. And I'll see you guys on the next second part episode. Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're working in this beautiful 325 RXPX that came in with the major I had it all. Came in with a major God damn it. I'm talking to everybody in YouTube.
Here and you're like talking to yourself.
No, I'm talking to everybody in YouTube.
This guy's getting old. He's over here singing, talking.
Mr. Brian.
I need some person to